right. Oh, another Cleveland Guardians live stream, man. And this will be officially my what? Second no, third in season series recap slash preview live stream. That's why I say that. But I see Jacobs in there. It's how a best of 7 goes, buddy. What do you mean we're playing at New York? It's called the home court, buddy. Boy. Oy, 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 man, I tell you, but wow, this series did not go as planned for me. And yeah, we should have known this was probably going to be the way it was going to go based off of how that first game went. Of course, they had Travis Kelce throwing out the first pitch, and because he's so used to spiking footballs, he, by force of habit, spiked the baseball. They did strike first in the bottom of the first inning, and then they were like silent for most of the game. I mean, their first actual run scored at home of the year was courtesy of a wild pitch by Logan Gilbert. That would just go to that would pretty much be an omen to the whole series, you know. Then we would score again. Josh Bell with a rare base hit, RBI six for us. We wouldn't score the rest of the game. We had a run in the first, the third, and the fourth. We were up 3-0, looking good. Savale was doing his thing, and then all of a sudden it just woof, the roof just caved in on us. And we lost 5-3. We had many, many chances to win this game, and unfortunately we couldn't do it. 4 runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Has a 2.84 ERA. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. But where it really blew up was essentially on Ty France would get him on the board, made it 3-2 Guardians, and then JP Crawford tied it with a double, made it 3-3. And then Julio Rodriguez, 2-run blast, made it 5-3, and that was the deciding factor. Yep, that was the deciding factor. It was pretty bad. Not even gonna lie. We go to how the bottom of the ninth went for the Guardians too. Yeah, it bottom of the ninth went. They brought in Seawald, and we went quiet, completely just dead. Didn't do a thing. In fact, we didn't do nothing in the bottom of the eighth, bottom of the seventh, bottom of the sixth. We actually, yeah, didn't. No. Jimenez doubled, but that was it. Yeah, that was it. Bottom of the fifth was probably one of our best chances to respond. Because we had Jose walk, and then Naylor lined into a double play because that's what we do. This team had so many opportunities, and we just couldn't cash in. That was an omen for this whole series. Overall, the Guardians in this first game, 3 of 6. They left 5 on base, so they were kind of light on the bases. They didn't have too many guys on bases. They were 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They left 5 men on base. It's very light compared to what the next 2 games would bring for us. And as for Logan Gilbert did pretty good. Yep. But what really hurt us was our bullpen. As mainly Savale, but yeah, Sandlin gave up a run as well. Savale and Sandlin, yeah, not great. But Heron and Curry came in there and tried to keep it. They did a good job keeping it close. Now with still no ERA at that point. Savale 1-1, 2.84 ERA, and Seawald got his first save of the year, 4.50 ERA. Yep. So you lose your home opener, you lose opening day to the same team. That's tough. But here's the thing, guys. Eric, it would get much worse for this team. Way worse. because game 2 of the series, Cal Quantrill on the mound. He's been pretty good at home. Yeah, he's been fantastic at home. They had Marco on the mound. Marco's been kind of mid. We let Marco Gonzalez look like an ace out there. Couldn't really touch him. And the Mariners got on the board. Really, like prime, like Babe Ruth in this series, pretty much making. Oh, Ken Griffey, he made plays all over the place. 2-0, and then that's what they needed, believe it or not, because we wouldn't do anything the rest of the game. And then respond bottom of the 5th with a double by Straw, scores a run, and then Jose would score in the bottom of the 7th to make it 3-2. And as far as, did we have any other chances? How did that inning go overall? Well, let's see. Bottom 7, I'm scrolling down. It started off with a walk by Straw, who has been very good this year. He also stole a base. And then Rosario singled, so he had 2 on base. And then Rosario stole second. So that's lit. So you had second and third with 1 out. And then Ramirez doubled, scored a run, and you had the tying run on third. And then they walked Josh Bell, which that was weird. It's like, wow, they're scared of Josh Bell. And then it's like, oh yeah, Josh Naylor. He can't hit lefties. And everyone on Guardians Twitter was like wondering, yo, where's Arias? Or where's Brennan at? Why are we hitting a dude who can't hit lefties? And then, of course, Naylor flew out. But the thing is, what really killed us here, on that double, there was a collision. And Ahmed could have scored. But he wanted to make sure the ball was dropped. Because you don't want to be that guy. And you don't want to be that guy to take off around third and find out, oh, yeah, the outfielder caught the ball. And then you get doubled up. But different if there was already 2 outs. Because he would have been running no matter what. But no, there was only 1 out. So you got to be careful. So I don't really fault him too much there. And then, that really hurts even more because Naylor, he was being costing us because we wouldn't have a better chance, essentially. Let me look at the other innings after that. Because this was also bottom 7. Top of the 8th, shut him down, good stuff. Bottom of the 8th, nothing. And then bottom of the 9th, I believe we went out 7. They pop out, as usual. Oh, walked. Good stuff. And then Naylor grunted out. So anticlimactic. Yep. And it's way off. Maybe you get a run. Gotta be aggressive. As Nelson Cruz just hit a moonshot off of Dodd. That's tough. But yeah, that came back to bite us. We lose game 2 of the series, and Quantrill wasn't bad, to say the least. I mean, last game he started didn't start off well, but we recovered at least. This game, he went 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks. So not the best start for Cal, but it's certainly better than the last start I think he had. He locked in a little later. 5 2/3, 6 hits, only 1 run allowed, 3 walks, 5 Ks, 4.22 ERA. We can't seem to score with runners in scoring position. It's like, I was thinking, because I'm going to talk about the game today in a minute, but this team, like, they get runners in scoring position. It's always the wrong guy up. It's like, it's always the guy who's an auto out or something. And I've also noticed this too. This team has the absolute worst luck ever. If I had $1 for every time I saw this team barrel the ball really well, but it goes right into the glove of an infielder or outfielder, I'd be rich. Every time it's like, Jose would hit it right on the screws. Like this happened, I think, in yesterday? This game or the first game? Might have been the first game, opening day. Jose hit one really well. It was like to the wall, but it died. don't know if it's the wind, the cold weather. I don't get it. Boppers are just not popping right now. It's kind of concerning. But you also got to be able to, score when you have runners in a scoring position. But yeah, key is again for this game. The Guardians were 3 of 12 with runners in scoring position. Like I said, we cannot score with runners in scoring position. 12 men on base. Small village. We just have no luck at all. We have the worst luck ever. Confirmed. Worst luck ever. We have 12 players on base that game, and we were 3 for. Yeah. Think about what the score could have been if we had clutch hitting. We'd be driving automatic because we don't got the clutch. I prefer to, have this team have clutch hitting than, not clutch. But that's just the way it is, I guess. Just unlucky. Like we could hit the ball on the screws. Perfect. Like if you play MLB The Show, there's like a little display in the bottom left. Like when you hit the ball, it will say, perfect, perfect, or just a little late, or just a tad bit early. We could hit the ball perfect, perfect. Right on the barrel. Square it up. Boom. Right into the glove of the infielder. Or even worse, right into the glove of the outfielder. If you lift it, if you don't lift it at all, it goes right to the infielder. If you lift it too much, it carries and it goes into the glove of the outfielder. We got to master the bloop hit. That's the problem. We're not blooping enough. You know, we're not blooping enough. We're getting caught with these home run swings, and the ball gets hit hard enough to where it doesn't just bloop into the gap, and instead it carries, and the infielder or the outfielders especially with Julio out there, Julio was all over the place. You can't get nothing past him. But yeah, losing this game was a bummer because we should have won. We should have had it, but got to score with runners in scoring position. Yeah, Marco got the win. He's 1-0, 4.22 ERA. Quantrill takes a bad loss. Hard luck, 0-1. His first loss as a starter for the Guardians, believe it or not, at home. I can't believe he went all, like his entire career as our starter, essentially, without a loss at home until now. And it's because of this. Unserious. Completely serious. But yeah, it was going to happen at some point. Rather have it happen now than, sometime down the line. But yeah, 6.62 ERA for Kyle. Not great, but he could be better, definitely. And then Seawald got a second save of the year, 3.60 ERA. And if you watched after the final out, he was over here doing the rock the baby. Oh, mocking Josh Naylor. It kind of got on our nerves a little bit. And he did it behind Josh's back too. Josh didn't even see him do it. I don't think Josh would have even cared. It would have just been funny if he would have pitched today and he would have hit a home run because damn well Josh was gonna be rocking the baby. For sure. Oh well, so yeah, this guaranteed the series loss. And the main objective for us now was to avoid not only a complete sweep, but also losing the season series, which would have been huge for the tiebreaker. Because we lose the tiebreaker to these guys, that might come in handy come playoff time. Because who knows? Are we going to win the division? If we don't, it's always good to have that tiebreaker against the team that's probably going to finish second. Although we'll see what happens with the Astros as the season gets going. But overall, I mean, they should fight. Just couldn't get that clutch at home. And then we talk about, I don't know if I talked about the box score or anything like how the pitchers did, but yeah, Gonzalez 5 2/3, 6 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 5 Ks. And then for Cal, I mean, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks. And then we talk about today's game. And as usual, Guardians, kind of looked a little sleepy to start. So I didn't really take advantage again. It's getting to be a very annoying theme with this team. As on the mound for the Guardians, they had Zach Plesac. I was so sure we were going to see a disaster class out of him, but believe it or not, he actually wasn't bad. 7 innings, 5 hits, only 2 runs surrendered, 1 walk, 6 Ks, 1 home run allowed, and he slashed his ERA all the way down to 9. He had a 54 ERA to start, remember, because of course, that's the way it is. And he slashed it all the way down to a 9. So maybe he could start stacking some good starts together. That'd be nice. I'm sure it'd really help his confidence. Another thing that would help his confidence is if this offense freaking woke up, give him some run support. And then for the Mariners, of course, they had Kirby on the mound. Kirby actually, he wasn't too bad. 5 2/3 innings. It's Marco. What the heck? Where did I go back to Marco? Come on, you freaking MLB.com is so trolly right now. What is up with this freaking site? Come on. Glove went a little ways, allowed 2 runs to score, tied the game at 3. And then we go to the top of the 11th after I don't think either team scored in the top of the 10th. In fact, let me see how the top of the 10th even went. I'll give you a rundown of how. So again, bottom of the 9th, they made all these funky changes. They brought in Teoscar as right field. Jose struck out like a bum. Naylor walked because that's what they do. They walk Naylor for some reason. And then Jimenez comes up, singles. Naylor goes to second. You have 2 on. Bell strikes out like a bum. And then Brennan, the hero that he is, doubles. And scores 2 runs. Good stuff. It's like, that's new. I have never seen a guy do that. He just veered off the base path. It's like, okay. So yeah, we know. We go to the bottom of the 10th. They brought in Topa for Brash. And then Straw starts on second base. Valoria grounded out, moved them under the third. They walked Stephen Kwan, who then advanced to second because they didn't even try to throw to second on the steal attempt. Mid Baldy freaking called out on strikes. Topa walked Ramirez. Naylor lined out, and that was the inning. Go to the 11th. De Los Santos came in there. Holly was on second. They got Hernandez to strike out. And then, of course, Jared Kelenic doubled in a run. And then they brought in Haggerty because, of course, pitcher hitting. Can't do that. Don't want to do that. They walked Haggerty. And then Wong sack fly, scored another run. It's 2-1 lead. We're thinking, okay, this is a wrap. And then they got Julio to strike out after they walked J.P. Crawford. So we got out of that one. Not too much damage. Down by 2, though. Bottom of the 11th comes up. And you had Naylor on second. And Jimenez doubled in a run. Made it 5. And then Josh Bell grounded out as usual. But he did move them under the third, which was good. And then Will Brennan, again. Because he's a beast in this game. Singled in a run, tied the game once again. And then Straw grounded out. And then a wild pitch. Valoria walked. And then he intentionally walked Kwan. And Baldy got called out on strikes again. And at this point, us Guardians fans were like, okay, this guy's 0 for 6. What gives? Why? 1, why is he still batting second? He's been a bum all year. And 2, why is he playing like a bum all of a sudden? I'm talking about a guy that overall he's been a solid clutch hitter. He's won us so many games over the years since he came here. Why does he suck all of a sudden? Why does the whole entire team suck all of a sudden with this garbage? This is stupid. This is dumb. So we move on to the top of the 12th, and Julio starts on second. We're tied, of course. Duh. Otherwise, we wouldn't be going to the top of the 12th. France struck out. They got Suarez called out on strikes. They walked Cal Raleigh. And then Hernandez singled in a run. They bring in Tim Herron. A pass ball allows the runner to go to third and then second. So you have runners on second and third. And then Kelenic grounded out, ends the inning, or retires the side. So down by 1 run. Penn Murphy, as they said on the broadcast, Penn Murphy comes in. And, it's like, okay, this is like, what, the third time we've seen him in this series? Pretty much. Every game it seemed like he pitched. And Rosario was on second. They walked Jose Ramirez because that's what smart people do. They don't try to tempt him because he will get you. Even though this dude could be like 0 for 8 in the series. And the one time you don't intentionally walk him in this situation, he'll kill you. He'll hit a nuke. He'll hit a big throwing error on the pickoff attempt. I don't know why you even do this. You throw it a second on the pickoff attempt. The ball goes into the outfield. And we advance the runners. And then Naylor grounded out, but scored a run. Tied the game. Game continues. And then they walked Andres Jimenez because, much like Jose, he could kill you if you're not careful. Just ask the Twins. Right? Yeah. And then Josh Bell, of all people, infield single, wins the game. Yep. Kind of reminds me of what happened the last time we beat the Mariners at home a couple years ago. I think it was, obviously it was like 2019, I think it was. Harold Ramirez at the dish. Little finker right up the middle. I think it didn't even get past the pitcher. And bad throw home. Won the game for the Guardians. Now, in this case, Jose Ramirez is such a good base runner as the Padres just hit another nuke. I don't know who hit this nuke. Was it, who was it? Oh, it's Grisham. My God, bro. But yeah, Guardians win 7-6 on a walk-off by Josh Bell. And I was thinking, okay, maybe that's a good confidence booster for him. He's striking out. He's just not lucky at all. He is insanely unlucky. I mean, people are gonna say he's Franmil number 2, Franmil 2.0, which he is. He is playing like Franmil 2.0. But you gotta think about this. Look at all the big boppers we've had on our team over the years. Really recently. Since Edwin. Really. Since Edwin came in 2016-17 after the World Series run, look how slow he started. Took him a little bit to really get rolling. And then, what was it, by May or June, he started hitting tanks and he was doing the bird walk all the way around the bases. That was fun. And then, he leaves. We bring in Franmil. Franmil, same thing. Takes about a month or so to really get cooking. Josh Bell's probably going to be the same way. I mean, you look at how he's been in Pittsburgh and in Washington, and then I guess San Diego, because, yeah, mainly Pittsburgh and Washington. He's been fantastic at the end. When this dude's hitting freaking nukes to the freaking 9 hotel, we're going to look back and go, damn, remember when he was playing like Franmil? I'm going to look back and laugh. I know it. I know we are. But yeah, what a game, Derpy. Victory, Screech. Yeah, exactly. Yep. But I will say the Guardians are a team that never quit, no matter the score. I love it. But the win goes to Tim Herron. He's 1-0, 5.79 ERA. Murphy takes the loss. No ERA, but he's 1-2. That's tough. That's tough stuff to see. But yeah, Plazak, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks. Recovery after that disaster we saw last time he played. Ironically, it's funny because he did better against a great team, and then he sucked against the freaking horrible A's. Like, how is that even possible? Huh? How do you suck against a mishmash unit of rejected players? Players that were just tossed into deals and stuff. I mean, you're essentially playing the Oakland Braves at this point with all the prospects they have from that team, and you get shelled by them, but yet technically, you held the almighty Mariners, who are a playoff caliber team, to 2 runs. You gave up 5 hits, but you only allowed them to 2 runs. I don't get that from we're gonna have to worry about him sucking against the next team he faces. I guess we have to find out. But overall, Guardians 7 runs on 9 hits and an error. Seattle 6 runs, 9 hits and an error, so pretty even in that regards. But we got the one run that matters, the winning run. So yeah, we're 6-4, second in the AL Central. Mariners are 4-6, and they're fourth in the West. That's ugly. It's an ugly, ugly stat to look at. But hey, we'll see how the West looks starting on as we get like into June and stuff. We'll see what teams start pulling away. As far as what we got coming up, tomorrow we have the Yankees in town. Bieber against Herman. Herman, 0-1, 7.71 ERA, 8 strikeouts. The Biebs, no record. Thanks, James Karinchak, you bum. 2.25 ERA and 10 Ks. Against Herman, no homers. And Josh Naylor has 1 RBI, and Jose has 2. And then against Bieber, only Aaron Hicks has a home run and an RBI, and then LeMahieu has an RBI. So, should be a fun game tomorrow. And by the way, it's in Cleveland, so let's see how that game goes tomorrow. Am I streaming it? Probably not. I don't know. Most likely not. Like I said, that home opener stream was probably the last Guardians stream I'll be doing until like June. Maybe I might do like one in between the playoffs. Yeah, I'll be doing my playoff predictions stream tomorrow, so that'll be fun. So I'm doing this now. Game 2 will be Garrett Cole, 2-0, 0.73 ERA against Hunter Gaddis. No record, 3.72 ERA. Cole has 19 strikeouts, Gaddis has 8. Gaddis has been solid so far this year, so we'll see how he does against the super-powered Yankee lineup. For the Guardians against Garrett Cole, Naylor has a home run and an RBI. And then Jose has 2 homers, 4 RBIs. And then Zunino, of all people, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. And Valoria has an RBI. Valoria. Yeah, we have 3 catchers, in case you're wondering. Which means we can be very aggressive on the base paths, but also we're kind of limited when it comes to pinch hitting. We only have like 2 or 3 pinch hitters. I think today we used Oscar. We didn't use Arias. I think we had like 1 more too. So we don't really have too much in terms of pinch hitting right now. Now, once Bo Naylor comes up and we probably send these two catchers to freaking nowhere land, that might open up a roster spot or 2 for some extra bench hitting ability. I'm still looking for that 5th outfielder though. So we'll see what we do there. And then we go to the 3rd and final game of this series. And I think this is the final game of the homestand too. It'll be Clark Schmidt, no record, 9.45 ERA and 8 Ks against Aaron Savale, who's 1-1, 2.84 ERA, 8 strikeouts. And against Schmidt, only 2 RBIs from Jose Ramirez. Of course, the most anybody has faced him is Jimenez, who has faced him twice. He's 2 for 2 actually. And for against Savale, Rizzo has 2 homers, 3 RBIs. Stanton has a home run and an RBI on him. And then in terms of just RBIs, Hicks has an RBI, kind of Falefa has an RBI, LeMahieu has 2. Of course, Rizzo has 3. Stanton has 1, and Torres has 2. So it's going to be a tough matchup for a guy who's essentially like a Walmart Corey Kluber. And if you're wondering who do we face after New York, we face Washington. So you know what, guys? Take 2 out of 3, possibly, or whatever against these guys, because we're going to be facing Washington. We have an off day. We go to Washington to face a very bad Nationals team. We should be able to fatten up on some of these bad teams. Hopefully we will be able to. If I had to guess, that means it would be Quantrill, Plazak, and Bieber? The Biebs? Because we're using Bieber in the first game. I'm pretty sure that's what it'll be. Quantrill, Plazak, and Bieber against Washington. So we'll see how that goes. I think. Of course, by that time, we're going to be in playoff mode. So probably not doing many of these upcoming games until June, like I said. But let me know what you guys think of this series against New York. Am I still going to be doing these, series recap streams? Probably. Most likely, yeah. That's how I did it last year. And then I'll find a way to do them. Whether I do it like late at night, like I've always done, or like I'll do it like on the day of or something. Heck, if I have to, I'll even do like a double series recap. I'll recap like the last 2 series as if I really have to. But in regards to the NBA playoffs, I know the plans start this week. In terms of the 7-8 matchups, I'm probably going to be doing one of them. I'm going to be doing probably one 7-8 matchup, maybe one 9 and 10 matchup. And then when it comes to the winner and the second round matchups like that, the winner of the 9-10 facing the loser of 7-8, I might do both of those games because those are elimination games. As far as the Cavs and Knicks, first game of that series is Saturday. Yep, Saturday at 6. I'll have like a full schedule like I did previously, going through every game. Like I said, I'm probably not doing any of these games, but whenever there's a day off, in between basketball and I'm feeling up to it, I might do a Guardians stream. So very impressive stuff. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind this one bit. Was that the game? It was hyped. Yeah, it looked hype on the TV though. Very light crowd, but it's what you should expect for the Guardians at this point. It's still pretty cold out. But yeah, hopefully the Guardians can, take at least 2 against the Yankees. Probably not going to take 3. I don't think we're going to beat Cole. So we got to beat Herman and Schmidt at this point. But we'll see how things go. So with that being said, guys, I will see you all tomorrow night for my NBA playoffs preview. And then starting Tuesday, we have the play-in rounds. And I'm probably going to do only one game. So really, I'm probably going to be doing like 4 play-in games, technically. Yep. I'll do the teams that I'll do like the 7th seed matchups, one of those. Nothing, yeah, because we're having East and the West 7-8 on tomorrow. And then the 9-10s will be on Wednesday. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. I'll do probably, we'll go over the matchups and stuff, but I'll definitely have more information for you guys tomorrow on streams and stuff. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog, and have a good rest of your night, everybody. Playoffs are almost here. Go Cavs, and see you guys later. Bye bye. Go Guardians. Yeah, Josh Bell. I guess if there was a time for you to show up, it was then, and he did. He showed up. Good for Josh. Maybe that'll build his confidence a little bit. Imagine that starts like a hitting streak. That'd be great. If I could just start a nice little multi-game hitting streak for him, maybe he'll start hitting some bombs and I can get lit. Yeah. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Go Guardians.